شرفت بتواجدهم الآن أحبتي الكرام. نستمتع بالسباق الرئيسي الجولة الثانية بطولة العالم للسوارق السريعة الإكس كات، وأكيد لنا عودة بعد السباق نتكلم عن جميع التفاصيل. الله يعزك الله يسلمك. اقول لك الامور طيبه الحين اظني صح؟ حبيبي
Welcome to the 2016 XCAT World Series. Racing at speeds up to 200 kilometers an hour. You need nerves of steel, razor-sharp reactions, and the perfect balance between speed and control. There can be no margins for error, because when it goes wrong, it goes very wrong.
Oh, it's a oh my goodness.
14 top teams representing 7 countries are ready to battle it out for round 2 of this exhilarating series. Welcome to the Dubai Grand Prix and the 2016 XCAT World Series.
Dubai and the stunning Dubai International Marine Club for this second of 7 rounds to decide the 2016 XCAT World Series champions. I'm Paul Marinelli and welcome to our coverage of the 2016 UIM XCAT Dubai Grand Prix. We're looking forward to a great day of racing, rescheduled to today rather than tomorrow due to weather forecast conditions, but looking an absolute picture. The gorgeous city of Dubai on your screen right now, and putting on the weather for us this morning was quite wet and windy out here, but it's absolutely beautiful, as it always is for XCAT racing. I'm joined by General Secretary and Event Chief Officer of the XCAT World Series, Sid Ben Salah. A very good afternoon to you, and it's a big welcome to your home city here of Dubai.
Thank you very much. We had an exciting morning this morning with the Imar pole position. The weather was quite tricky, bumpy waters, 6 to 7 feet out there in the offshore marks. Was quite cloudy, rainy, and now it's completely a different setup, different scenery we have here. It's flat water, it's sunshine, it's warm, hot, bit humid, and we are looking for an exciting race.
Absolutely perfect. Let's take a look at the qualifying highlights from this morning.
And into the water they go. Massive deceleration of damage to the rear of that coupling of the Mercury 4-stroke engine. They limp their way back into the pits for repairs, but that's all the end of their effort so far. Abu Dhabi Team 5 also finding some air. Have a look at that, absolutely giving it everything that they've got. And here is the Lady Spain with Jay Price and Sean Torrente. A lot of low-level flying there, but pushing very, very hard through Q1. It was Victory Team who got through that on top from Dubai and Sweetcat Racing. Team Australia and Karpisa Yamame making up the top 5. Changes into props. 2 prop changes were allowed in the wet pits during qualifying. Here we see the Karpisa Yamame team doing their work there. The Sweetcat on course going hard. Eric Stark and Michael Bankston really pushing hard, as was Gold Coast. Tom Barry Cotter and Ross Willerton very, very fast indeed through Q2, but the big improvers were T-Bone Station, Giovanni Capitella and Luca Formili Fendi in the only 2-stroke boat that made it so far up in qualifying. And of course, Arif Al-Safane and Nadir Bin Hendi in the Victory Machine. heading off the times again and heading off all challenges as they moved into Q3. Victory team from T-Bone Station and Gold Coast Australia from Sweecat, the top four heading into Q3. The sudden elimination, warm-up lap, and then one flyer. T-Bone Station gave it everything they've got in that two-stroke powered boat. The only one compared to all the other four strokes. So did the Sweecat, finding some low-level flying, keeping that boat very, very stable indeed. And Gold Coast Australia threw everything at them and actually led the session for quite a little bit, but then it was Victory Team that came out later and pushed hard. They shaved 3 seconds from their qualifying time to take the EMAR pole position here at the Dubai Grand Prix, ahead of Gold Coast Australia, Sweecat Racing and T-Bone Station in fourth. The Victory Team drivers Arif Zalsafane and Nadir bin Hindi on the top step of the podium for EMAR pole position here at the Dubai Grand Prix.
Just remind you, more race action this afternoon at 3:30.
Taking a look at our race standings, this is the way the first gate will line up from pole position. Victory Team starting out of position 1. Gold Coast Australia alongside them. Sweecat Racing out of position 3 and T-Bone Station filling up that first gate. The second gate, Abu Dhabi Team 5, Team Australia in 6th. Karpisa Yamame starting out of 7th and Dubai out of 8th. 9th on the grid will be Lady Spain, then Spirit of France 6, Fajera Team, Abu Dhabi Team 4 and Rahib making up our field of each gate of our starters. Now let's have a talk to some of our competitors in today's race.
And second session we made like 2 laps, I think, 2 or 3 laps, and you know we tried our best, but we just made it. I think we were 4th, so you know, first time in Q1 for us. Q3, sorry. So you know, we were really happy.
5 seconds ahead's a big jump. I mean, that's massive. But you know, they've had these 4 strokes for a year. All us other teams have only just got them in Fajara. You know, we're there. 5 seconds is big on pole, but you know, there's still a race this afternoon. A lot of laps, and you know, we're learning from it, so hopefully mid-season we'll be starting to be right up on the money with them.
It's a long race, yeah. Everyone is looking forward for it. We're going to push as usual and see how it goes, and wish all the team good luck and good safe race.
Okay, let's have a look at our course for today. Absolutely picture perfect out there, Sid, but we've got our original race set up, the race lap of 3.68 nautical miles. Beautiful overhead view here of Atlantis, here on the Palm on Jumeirah. Just an amazing setting here. An amazing setting here for this race.
Perfect. Next race, maybe we should be positioned in Atlantis Hotel.
Certainly a lot of fun. But yes, our course takes us right, actually goes past the that part of the Palm Jumeirah for its 5 right turns and 2 lefts. That'll take us all the way around this course, but the race lap is 3.68 nautical metres. And there's an overhead view of the course now. We'll take you through turn by turn. So heading out through the start-finish point there, so that's through turn 1 now. That's going up to Dubai Duty Free Corner, then across to to Dubai Corner, being turn 4. Then we go alongside the Palm Jumeirah to turn 5, turn 6 and 7. That's the EMAR corner and the RTA corner. Back onto the straight. Now you're seeing the long lap, the EMAR long lap corner. That red outline there. 2 long laps and 13 race laps for the 4-stroke competitors. The 14 race laps and 1 long lap for the 2-stroke powered competitors, of which there are 3 in the field. The rest are all 4-stroke engines. So a change of that for this season, this transitional season, and quite a bit of power difference too. 800 horsepower for the 4-stroke competitors, as opposed to around 650 for the 2-strokes. But we do have a weight balance of power for that, don't we, Sid?
There is a weight balance in order to give kind of a parity between the 4-stroke boats and the 2-stroke boats. I have one news, Paul, that boat 96 Spirit of France, she will definitely not race this afternoon. They managed to get the engine up running, but they couldn't find a spare cover, which they blew at when they went nosedive earlier this morning.
Magnificent view of the Palm Jumeirah here in Dubai. We've got fantastic helicopter shots throughout the 2016 Dubai Grand Prix today. Magnificent conditions for it, very, very clear, and you can just see just how beautiful this setting is for the XCAT World Series and the home of the XCAT World Series. Of course, 2 events here. This is the first of 2 rounds to be held here in Dubai. The next one will be the final round, round 7, December 2 to 3. But looking an absolute picture today, and we've certainly picked the right day for the Dubai Grand Prix, haven't we, Sid?
Well, in this time of the year it's a bit hot, and we usually try to avoid April, but this year was quite, let's say, we were forced to do because we wanted to give enough time to the teams to install the four-stroke and do all the testing. And here we go. I mean, we did the first race in Fujairah last week. Was a bit hot, but it was okay. And now we are looking for a great show.
And we caught up with the Spirit of France team to talk about the engine problems that they've had that's unfortunately sidelined them from this race.
The first lap we do the 5 position, we push too hard and perhaps too much for the boat, and we have a little accident, but all it's okay. We don't have spare to do the race. I broke the cover on one engine, and we don't have spare to put new cover for the race.
And it's just the cover for the engine? The engine's okay?
The engine is okay, the boat it's okay, and only the cover is broken. But it's very important because it's protection to the engine.
And a real shame for the Spirit of France, because Francois Pinelli and Saul Babako were 9th in the championship with 11 points earned after the opening round in that Doug Wright boat. And to think a thing like an engine cover to sideline you from this Dubai Grand Prix, a real shame. And Team Australia had a very similar problem too. They crashed in the opening round at Fujairah with Abu Dhabi Team 5, spent all week working all night to repair that boat and get it out here. And the only things missing were 2 engine cowling covers, which they had to get in from Bahrain overnight last night. So, of course, they were the last 2 that were available in the region, and poor old Spirit of France don't have any spares, as Francois Pinelli pointed out. But a real shame. So we're down to 13 in the field now, as we see the XCATs making their way out into the Arabian Sea, and this beautiful sunshine here, this magnificent Friday afternoon for racing. As we said, 13 laps and 2 long laps for the 4-stroke competitors, 14 race laps and 1 long lap for the 2-stroke competitors. They can take their long laps whenever they want. The race lap distance is 3.68 nautical miles. The long lap just touches on 4 nautical miles. Total race distance of 58.7 nautical miles. Again, some magnificent helicopter views there of the incredible city of Dubai, the most visited city in the world, and it's no surprise as to why. It is just magnificent, and as these pictures show you, absolutely beautiful place. And the Dubai International Marine Club holding something like 150 events a year here, and a magnificent setting for this second round of the 2016 UIM XCAT World Series. On the screen now is the SWECAT. The SWECAT performing extremely strongly during qualifying today. They qualified 3rd and really threw the challenge out to the victory team, but then they shaved almost 3 seconds off their time to take pole position. Arif Al-Zafain and Nadir bin Hendi, certainly the class of the field once again, 4-time XCAT World Champions. See what they can do here at Dubai. They want to do well here at their home race. This is where the victory boats are built. And we have 10 victory boats in this field and 3 Doug Wright machines. So Gold Coast Australia will start out as second. Tom Barry-Cotter and Ross Willerton. Great job in qualifying. They topped practice yesterday in very, very much rougher conditions than what you see out there today. And they're looking forward to a great race too. T-Bone Station, how's that for a 2-stroke machine too? The T-Bone Station starting out of 4th for Giovanni Capitella and Luca for Millie Fendi. And Team Australia on screen right now as we speak with Abu Dhabi Team 5. Now these are the 2 that collided at Fujairah last week on turn 1 at the very start of the race. So yeah, no love lost between these 2 competitors, let me tell you. And let's hope that they have a nice clean run into the start of this race. And this is why qualifying is so incredibly important, to get into that starting gate, that closest gate to the corners, which to the first turn, which is exactly what happened to them in Fujairah, but they got a little bit too close to the first buoy, and Team Australia flipped, and Abu Dhabi Team 5 suffered some damage, which cost them point-wise. But in the championship, it's Victory Team first with 43 points. They're ahead of Gold Coast, who are second with 32 points, and SWECAT Racing third with 27 points, not far behind at all. Abu Dhabi Team 4, currently 10th in the championship, with Abu Dhabi Team 5. Both of those teams performing extremely strongly during practice. And looking now overhead on the SWECAT, this is Eric Stark and Michael Bengston. Bengston, the throttle man, Eric Stark, the pilot. So we've got one person controlling the acceleration and power, the other steering the XCAT. and an amazing amount of chemistry, Sid, between the drivers to be able to perform as strongly as they can, and to be able to understand each other at a split second's notice as to what they need to do.
Well, the two drivers, they act like one. The coordination, the synergy, the communication between them is utmost. Both of them, they need to be on their top physical and mental performance, because in 45, putting the show for 45 to 50 minutes, they need really to work hard, and if they want to be on the podium, every turn, every inch, every meter counts on these waters.
They almost have to work as one person, don't they? With one controlling power, the other one controlling steering and trim, being the balance of the boat as well. And with these conditions, it looks a lot smoother than what we saw yesterday, what you saw here last year. That last round, that was so rough. A lot of boats got damaged. Who do you think these conditions will favour, Sid?
Well, these conditions, as long as there is no many waves, the short boats definitely with the four-stroke engines, because the short boats, their tendency to run very well on a flat surface.
Do you think Ben Hendy and Al Safain are under pressure to win here, being their home race and victory team?
Indeed, they are under pressure, and everyone, because they know that they're not yet familiar with the engines, they're not yet familiar with the new setup using those engines, and let's say everyone has a chance to win here.
Yeah, incredibly cool customers, but as you say, the start of the development phase for the four-stroke engines, isn't it? The very, very start of it for them, the last round being the very first. Sure, it was tested through last season, but this is the start of the development phase for those extremely powerful engines, whereas the two-strokes are at the end of their development curve, and hence why we see T-Bone Station getting so much power out of, or speed, I should say, out of a boat that's actually very underpowered compared to its competitors.
Well, for the four-stroke, on short distance, or in if they have to do only one lap, they can perform very well, but on a longer run, no way, and we're going to see it today.
Have you ever seen a more magnificent backdrop to any sort of a racing event anywhere in the world? That is just
in
stunning.
Gold Coast was stunning.
You're just saying that, Sid. You're just saying that because you've got an Australian standing next to you. That's
we love
why.
it. The Surface Paradise was amazing. It was good. So
$20 gets a good mention out of you, doesn't it? That's not much. I'll have to give you 100 next time.
Yeah.
No, thank you, and we loved it. It was just unbelievable, and we hope one day XCATs will come back to Australia, because it was just incredible. Victory team go right near us here in the commentary position. Gold Coast as well. Tom Barry Cotter and Ross Willardon hoping to upset the local heroes, but Eric Stark and Michael Benston and Eric Stark and Sweecat are wanting to come to the party as well, as is T-Bone Station and Team Australia going past us. Here they all are on their parade lap. Team Abu Dhabi, Karpissa, Yamame, keep your eye on boat 2. That's the former Videx boat. They've been extremely impressive all weekend. And Dubai, never discount Isa Al-Ali and Salem Al-Adidi, the uncle and nephew combination on board Dubai 33 here in their home race. They would like nothing more than to win. They haven't qualified very well, but they'll want nothing more to win. So we look at Lady Spain and the Fajera team going past us now as they're heading out into the Arabian Sea, getting ready to position themselves on the start chute. And what will happen on board the magnificent looking Pace Cat, a new livery for this season, plus the new Mercury Race Offshore XCAT engines, will be lining up the entire field, and Operations Director Pasquale Cesana is on board, and he is the person who's responsible for ensuring that everybody is in line and ready to go. And yes, and here we see Matteo Nicolini and Tommaso Polli in boat 6. This was the boat that at the end of last season submarined spectacularly. We almost saw something like that this morning too with the Lady Spain boat, but not quite as serious as what happened to these guys. But again, a testimony to how powerful and strong these boats really are. The XCATs.
On the paddock, they, especially last year and beginning of the season, they were thinking that Matteo Nicolini and Tommaso Polli, they entered the Guinness World Book of what they did last time. But we've seen this morning François Pinelli, so we don't know if François Pinelli, that was intentional or
trying to get into the record books.
Absolutely.
Yeah, a French man trying to get a bit competitive there, right?
Yeah. And he's blaming the balance.
And look, balance is a good point, and we'll talk about it during the race, but the four-stroke engines are obviously heavier than the two-stroke engines, so there is a weight difference. Now, the maximum weight on the four strokes comes in at 2,130 kilograms for the boat, so that's the minimum maximum weight, and the minimum boat weight for the two strokes is 1,850 kilograms. So that's how we've achieved a balance of power and why we're seeing such competitiveness from the two strokes that remain in the field. But you're talking about 400 horsepower per engine on that Gold Coast Australia boat you're looking at now, and Victory boat alongside them now. It's a 2.6 litre inline 6-cylinder, overhead cam, 4 valves per cylinder, fuel injected and supercharged, and 400 horsepower per engine, so 800 horses in each one of these XCATs, besides the two remaining two-stroke, because of course we've lost Spirit of France.
We lost Spirit of France.
Oh, sorry, yes.
Yeah, we lost Spirit of France. I reckon that in a couple of minutes after the start we're going to see more engaging teams, more close combat. This course is very hard to overtake, so the strategy for the long lap will be crucial for each team. And in this game, the radio man in charge of passing the right information to the teams as well, he's absolutely important.
Very, very good point there, Sid. The radio men for each team, and they're standing alongside us in the race control area where we are, and they're communicating to the drivers, to the pilots, to let them know exactly where they can go and where they can't go, because in the spray of things, which we are shortly going to see, it's very hard for them to actually see what's happening alongside them. They know the other competitors are there. Whether they can see them exactly or not, we saw at the Gold Coast and some of those onboard shots, you couldn't see anything. Here they all are now. They're about to all get lined up. You can see the formation beginning to happen. So Pasquale's got the tough job of making sure that they're all lined up.
Yeah, Pasquale Cisana now, he's the start marshal, and the boats are going to formation. I reckon that there is a yellow flag on the pace boat, pace cat. The yellow flag, it's a visual signal to let the team that they need to line up, and then the minute the start marshal he sees that he has the line, then he can call the start at any time.
Okay, they're on the starting chute now. We're not too far away from the start. You can see gate 1, 2 and 3 of the competitors lining up. There's the pace cat just to the bottom left of your screen. We had a quick look at the radio guys and the team guys keeping a close eye on everything as well. Look out for the yellow flag. Once you see that, then momentarily, it won't be too long after that, we'll get a green flag and we'll be racing for the 2016 UIM XCAT World Series Dubai Grand Prix, round 2 out of 7. We're in Fujairah last week. Here we are in Dubai this week. Lugano in Switzerland coming up in June. Then it's Seoul, South Korea. We'll talk about that more a bit later for round 4. Yellow flag is up. We are about to go racing. Let's wait till we see the green flag from Pasquale Cisana. He's waiting to line them up. You can see they're not perfectly straight yet, but they are getting there. We are getting very, very close to a race start here. 14 laps are the best for the two-strokers, 13 laps for the four-strokers, 2 long laps for them. And we have a race start. We do indeed. We are racing here in Dubai. Off we go for the 2016 Dubai Grand Prix. Have a look out there at the front. Victory team gets a good start. But looking out there into the middle of the field, we've got a race leader at the moment. That's Abu Dhabi 5. What a start to Abu Dhabi 5. Absolutely superb. Let's see how they go, bolting towards the first turn. Now remember, the Victory team are the closest to turn 1 at the moment. Let's see how they go. T-Bone Station into third. Giovanni Capitella and Luca Fendi pushing hard, but look behind them. They're being chased as Gold Coast and the Sweet Cat side by side into third and fourth. But it's boat 5 clearly out in front at the moment. Victory team won't be liking that too much. Look at the turbulence Victory team's getting. Al-Safane and Bin Hendy pushing hard, but both Abu Dhabi 5 coming in from the outside. They're going to take them. They're going to overtake the home team and series champions, or defending champions I should say, into turn 1, and they do it. Abu Dhabi team 5 into the lead. This is Majed Saeed Al-Masuri, the pilot, and Rashid Mubarak Al-Khamsi. What a start. Sorry, Altaya and Al-Mansouri. I got that one wrong. That was Abu Dhabi team 4, but good job for Abu Dhabi team 5 into the lead right now, and they're being chased hard now by the Victory team. They don't like this idea of not finishing out in front, and here we go through the first turn, second turn now. Very close indeed. Have a look at the weight from these boats. Side by side with Gold Coast and Sweet Cat, they almost collided through that turn. Sensational stuff here in Dubai. But it's Abu Dhabi Team 5 out in front from the Victory team in second place. Nothing between the Sweet Cat that's just sneaking into third and Gold Coast in fourth. So So we see them now. There's about 4 boat lengths between Abu Dhabi Team 5 as they pass us side by side into turn 3 at the moment. Sweet Cat and Gold Coast. Oh, there's side-by-side battles happening all the way through into turn 3. But they get through it cleanly. I don't know how they did that. It was really close racing there, Sid.
That was from the start. I mean, Abu Dhabi, they've done a fantastic job. They were the fastest and they cleared as fast as possible from the start.
Okay, let's take a look now. It's a replay as to what had happened through this corner with Gold Coast and Sweet Cat. Sweet Cat drifting out, Gold Coast turning in and they touch! Oh my goodness, that could have been so much more serious. Almost a replay of what happened in Fujairah last week.
Absolutely a deja vu with boat 5 and boat 8, the Australians in Fujairah. But here was, I mean, was kind of a clean touch, not a major issue.
Yeah, certainly at that speed though, you wonder what's a clean touch at 160 kilometres per hour. That's nothing like a soft kiss at that sort of speed, I reckon. Unbelievable stuff out here. But Abu Dhabi Team 5 doing a great job there. Rashid Suhal Altaya, Faleg Khalfan Al Mansouri, the throttle man, Altaya the pilot. The first of 2 Abu Dhabi teams competing in this series, second in last year's championship. They took the fight to Dubai, which is now known as the Victory Team, all season. And they had the pole position at Fujairah, but of course that crash at turn 1 with Team Australia really did not do them any good in terms of their point standings at the moment. They're 13th with 3 points, so they're eager to do the catching up now. Look at them through the wash there, trying to find a clear, fast way through. Again, alongside the Palm Jumeirah there. And that part of the course there, just between turns 4 and 5 you're looking at now, and about to head into turn 6 and 7. That's the Emar corner and the RTA corner to round off their lap. Going through the Palm now, across Logo Island.
What a beautiful shot.
Oh, it's an amazing shot.
Amazing.
The place is just, more and more beautiful every time you look at it. Now, virtual eye at the moment not giving us the speeds that we want, but maybe we'll get that fairly soon. Looking out here, Victory Team taking the corners well. Now keeping an eye on the Sweet Cat, which has distanced itself from Gold Coast after that touch. It's actually Sweet Cat's actually moved away or progressed forward a lot more from Gold Coast than I thought they would have after just 1 lap. But Dubai is catching Gold Coast, so maybe Gold Coast has a problem. Maybe Tom Barry Cotter and Ross Willardon have a problem because they're not circulating as quick as they did in the opening laps of this race. Victory Team still in pursuit of Abu Dhabi Team 5, the only team other than the Victory Team drivers to have won an XCAT Grand Prix last season, to have beaten them. It was this team here. Here they are again, Gold Coast going past us now, Dubai in hot pursuit, but the Sweet Cat well in front. Fujairah Team making their way up as well. They're up into 6th now. So the gap between Sweet Cat and Gold Coast is extended to something like, about 5-6 seconds there. Abu Dhabi Team 5 currently 3.89 seconds ahead of the Victory Team. 54 minutes to run in this race. The second of 7 rounds for the XCAT World Series. Looking at Abu Dhabi Team 5, looking at their form through the water now. Look at that, very, very stable indeed, Sid. They're looking very, very good at the moment. They don't seem to be going slower. They're just going faster and faster each lap.
They're looking very good, and you see now, for example, the 2-stroke boats. They are at the back because they cannot keep the pace with the 4-stroke. On a shorter distance, yes. On a longer distance, absolutely not.
They're closing up for the lead now. Here's the Victory Team starting to put some pressure. Once again on Abu Dhabi Team 5, the long laps and the strategy is going to come into this set as well. When will they take their 2 long laps? When you're in such close pursuit as well of the leader, of the leading 2 are battling so closely. When will they decide to take those long laps?
As soon as you finish the first lap, then it's up to you. And you need to finish the second long lap within the 70% from the end.
Yeah, and it's interesting because that in Fujairah that made a massive difference, didn't it? The boats that went out early and did their long laps really benefited towards it at the end of the race. So no one's going out too early at the moment because we're well and truly past the opening lap period of time. Abu Dhabi Team 5 still out in the lead from the Victory Team. Arif Al Safain and Nadir Ben Hendi. Ben Hendi the pilot, Safain the throttle man. See, you can look at the Victory Team getting away from the wash, cutting across the wash now, trying to find the fastest way to make up tenths, hundredths of a second if need be. Trying to find smooth water to go as fast as they can. and catch the Abu Dhabi Team 5 duo of Altea and Al Mansouri, who are doing a superb job so far. They haven't put a foot wrong so far in this race. Amazing start. Amazing rivalry between these teams too. I mean, I know the UAE is a fairly happy place, but we'd have to say that between the Victory team and Team Abu Dhabi, there's big rivalry, isn't there, Sid?
There is. Here on the water, I mean, we can see that Rashid Al-Tayer and Falah Al-Mansouri on boat 5, they're really keeping a good pace in front. So, I mean, it's not easy to keep that position because they need always to defend that position. And the Victory team, which is behind them, number 3, they are on an offensive mood. I believe that it's a little bit early for both boats to push to the limit and take any unnecessary risk.
Abu Dhabi Team 5 still out in the lead, doing it well. Altea and Al Mansouri, look at that air that they're getting. Low level flying from Abu Dhabi Team 5. This is what we like to see in the XCATs. Low level flying. I know that we both know, Sid, that if you're out of the water, you are losing time, but it looks so spectacular. There we are on replay right now. This is in real time. Watch that. Look at that. Beautiful. Low level flying, and that Etihad sign is very appropriate, isn't it?
Yeah.
On the side of a low flying boat like that. Yeah, here we are, the XCATs Dubai Grand Prix. Hope you're enjoying it. It's only going to get better from here. We've still got our long laps to go. They're closing in. The Victory team are now starting to attack. They've been attacking all race, but they're really attacking now, looking for a way alongside Abu Dhabi Team 5. Can they do it? They are the defending champions. They're 4-time XCAT World Series champions here in this 5th XCAT season. But look at Abu Dhabi Team 5. They get around the corners. Their corner exit speed is extraordinary.
Yeah, it is. And I mean, there is various camera angles, and you think that number 3 is closing the gap. I don't see it, but I see that Victory team is a little bit struggling with the balance. The boat is going up and down non-stop. Abu Dhabi, instead, they are really keeping good balance. The boat is almost flat, kissing the water, and it makes a big difference.
Here we go now. This is side-by-side action right now. To replay of what we saw earlier on. But yeah, you're quite right, that angle's different. Abu Dhabi Team 4 comes past very, very slowly here at the timing point. Not good for Abu Dhabi Team 4. That's Majid Sayed Al Mansouri and Rashid Mubarak Al Kamsi in trouble. They're in boat number 4. As we continue to watch this amazing battle at the front. Abu Dhabi Team 5 and the Victory team. The home team here in Dubai, one of a number of home teams here. The whole field really representing the world out there on the water. 4 XCAT teams from the United Arab Emirates and Italy. 2 from Australia, 1 each from Sweden, Kuwait, Spain, and we did have 1 from France, but unfortunately wiped out this morning after that incident during qualifying for the Spirit of France. Shame about that.
It's a great battle between 5 and 3. 5 still keeping the pace quite nicely. 3 following, and I think there is around 7 boat length between them.
And I cannot believe the gap that our leaders have got to the rest of the field at the moment. It's just extraordinary. Yeah, Abu Dhabi Team 4 heading into the wet pit now. Not good at all for Al Mansouri and Altea. Sad situation for them. They were performing very, very well. Hopefully they'll have better luck in tomorrow's Speed Cat run, and we should remind everyone about that. The Dubai Duty Free Speed Cat run taking place tomorrow. Our leaders on screen right now, Abu Dhabi Team 5 are not doing anything wrong. Fujairah team and Kapisa Yamame having a great old battle in front of us here in timing. There we are on screen now. This is 20 and 22. Now 22 is the former Videx boat that performed so strongly last season. 7th in the championship. It's Alfredo Amato and Diego Testa on board there, 2 Italians. Both with an amazing amount of experience there, but they're having a great old battle there with the Fujairah team. Boat 20, Serafino Barlesi and Alessandro Barone behind the controls of that. One of 4 Italian teams here in the XCAT World Series. They were 10th in last year's championship, and they were 11th in the Fujairah Grand Prix last week. Leaders come past us for another lap. Again, that gap has not changed. 2.31 seconds has come down just a little between Abu Dhabi team and Victory team. Sweecat Racing 15.9 seconds behind in 3rd. Gold Coast Australia in 4th, 23.9 seconds behind. Then it's Lady Spain, Dubai 33, and the Fujairah team making up the top 7 from Kapisa Yamame in 8th at the moment, having a great old battle with Team Fujairah. Let's take a look at the victory team trying to close up on the back straight to Abu Dhabi Team 5. Absolutely full throttle. They cannot slam those throttles any harder through the kick panel in front of them in that XCAT. They're going very, very hard indeed. But I can tell you now that Abu Dhabi Team 5 are excelling in their performance here at the front. The pressure is not getting to them. Their lap times are consistent, lap after lap after lap. And their turning stability is extraordinary. As you can see, they're not bouncing around anywhere near as much as the victory boat, as Sid pointed out earlier, but we can see that evidence now, even as the fuel load starts to decrease as we continue to do each of these laps. So 47 minutes remaining in this race. Abu Dhabi Team 5, 2.3 seconds is the gap. That's what we're looking at now, the battle between first and second. But then it's daylight to the rest of the field at the moment, although there are inter-team battles happening beyond in the rest of the field. So Abu Dhabi Team 5 come across right now, victory team as well. The gap, 3.58 seconds. Abu Dhabi's gone even quicker.
They are quicker, and the only boats that they already did one long lap, it's boat 6, which is Nicolini Offshore, boat 10 Team Australia, boat 10 T-Bone Station, and 8 Team Australia.
That's good to know. Keep an eye on those boats later in the race. Of course, when our leaders go and do their long laps, they're going to come into play, and as they make up all that ground. As Gold Coast goes past us now, running ever so consistently, so is Lady Spain, the ultimate marine machine, with our only two American drivers in the field, Jay Price and Sean Torrente, both legends in marine boat racing. Torrente starting his marine racing career at 14 years of age, believe it or not, and Jay Price, one of the world's best known marine racers and a legend in the United States. Dubai 33 here in their home race. Isa Al Ali and Salem Al Adidi. They're the guys that flipped their boats over in the Gold Coast last year, not once but twice. Once during the XCAT run and another time the next day during the race. But here they are doing their home country proud. And the 2016 UIM XCAT World Series Dubai Grand Prix. Beautiful overhead shot now of Abu Dhabi Team 5 travelling at 161 kilometres per hour. Amazing stuff. That's over 100 miles per hour on water. And I can tell you now that'll feel like twice as fast if you're inside that. It'll be an amazing ride. It's just truly an amazing ride indeed. The victory team now, we're looking at Arif Al-Safain and Nadir Bin Hendi. Bin Hendi piloting this machine. Al-Safain on the throttles. Beautiful looking livery for this season. A complete change to last year, where it's white, and it's known as the ex-Dubai boat. And performing extremely strongly today, but not making up ground. 3.5 seconds is the gap between Abu Dhabi Team 5 and the victory team. XCAT Racing even further behind now at 19.17 seconds behind.
Number 20, Serafino Barlesi and Alex Baron, and 33, Salem Ladidi and
Isa Al Ali.
Isa Al Ali. So they completed now their first long lap.
Good. And 2 long laps for the 4-stroke competitors, 1 long lap for the 2-stroke competitors. So that's so you can keep an eye on what's going on. And again, the only 2-stroke competitors in our field, Abu Dhabi Team 4, who've actually retired from the race or gone into the wet pits anyway, and T-Bone Station, who you cannot take out of the equation. Giovanni Capitella and Luca Formili Fendi doing the business there in boat number 10, T-Bone Station. So keep your eye on them later in the race. Abu Dhabi Team 5 out in front. Just having a look at that gap. Still looking the same at the moment. The fans here having a great old time in this perfect weather. Yeah, looks like victory team has eased off. They're not going as quick as what they did the last lap, Sid. Have you noticed that?
They're not easy.
19.5 seconds the gap.
Yeah, because they went for a long lap.
Oh, they've done their long lap.
They've
Okay, all right,
lap,
good,
yeah.
good stuff. So they've elected to do that quite early, actually.
Yeah,
for
so
one of the top
they did the long
team.
lap now. Will be interesting to see Abu Dhabi 5 when they will start their first long lap, and they can keep their place or they will lose it.
Now this is strategy playing into it, as we were talking about earlier. Now victory team, very, very clever move by Al-Safain and Bin Hendi, because they weren't making up ground. They were actually losing ground in the chase. Get the long laps done, come back and do the fight, because obviously Abu Dhabi Team 5 still have to do theirs. They can go around doing fast laps on their own, and maybe we'll have a very, very close battle at the end. But I think strategy-wise, it's actually a stroke of genius.
Yes, indeed, indeed.
T-Bone Station on screen now. It's one of our two-stroke competitors, or the only one left in the field at the moment. Now they're getting pursued by Team Dubai. Now look at this speed difference now. You'll get a good idea on the straight of the 4-stroke versus the 2-stroke. Boat 10, T-Bone Station is a 2-stroke. Boat 33, Dubai is a 4-stroke. Look at this horsepower now. Side by side, 800 horsepower. That's what it looks like at 170 kilometers per hour when you're doing an overtaking move on two of the best in the business. Oh man, Giovanni Capitella and Luca Formilifindi are doing a great job holding on though. There's 200 horsepower difference between these boats, and look at the job they're doing. Sure, they're carrying 100 kilos less, but this is incredible. Dubai, oh look, it's not over yet. It's not over yet because here comes T-Bone Station. Oh no, they slot in behind now. They do the wise thing and they slot in behind. They actually lose a bit of time going into the corner. But yeah, they do the wise thing and try and move down the inside now to try and make that up. But I am amazed with that difference in power, how they could hold on.
Well, you have, yeah.
Okay, we're side by side for the lead now of the race. So Abu Dhabi Team 5 has been caught by the Victory Team.
Abu Dhabi, they did Abu Dhabi 5. They did their first
long lap and then rejoined. Okay, yes. I understand. Okay, well that makes a lot of sense. So they still have another long lap to do, and that applies to both of our lead teams, right?
Yeah.
So Sid, do you think he's closed the gap after that, after both of them having done their long laps? Look at that. Has that closed the gap, or is it
Paul,
about the same?
earlier we were saying that there is a 7 boat length between two boats. Now it looks like there is 15 to 20 boat lengths. So I believe boat 5 is still keeping the pace in front of boat 3. Will be interesting to see when they will decide to take their second long lap. And here is the call of the radio man for each team.
Outstanding stuff, really, when you think about it, by Abu Dhabi Team 5. They are battling the best in the business, and that's no offence to Abu Dhabi Team 5. They're very, very good too, but we know how good the Victory Team is, and even after a long lap by each competitor, they are breaking away even further. The gap is 2.76 seconds between Abu Dhabi Team 5 and the Victory Team. Gold Coast still battling away there. They're a bit further down the order. They're in third, but they're 38 seconds behind, obviously having completed a long lap. At this point, it's Lady Spain on screen now. Jay Price and Sean Torrente, two of the most experienced and talented performers in the field, 9th in last season's championship. Victory Team going on their second long lap now. So there's compulsory second long lap around the Emaar long lap corner, which takes them further just beyond turn 3, out into the Arabian Sea, and then back towards Dubai corner, turn 4, and they will have completed that long lap, and that's their compulsory 2 long laps done. So Abu Dhabi Team 5, strategies handballed over to them now. What are they going to do? When are they going to take their next long lap? That's the important part. But the pace that they've shown, even after the first long lap, was good enough to maintain the lead. Sweecat going past Lady Spain now. Always spectacular, Eric Stark and Michael Benston from Sweden. The pride of Sweden, 5th in the XCAT World Series last season. And 13th fastest in qualifying over in Fujairah, but they were 5th in the Speedcat run, so they got an amazing speed, these guys. Sweecat duo, the Show Sundstrom sponsored boat from a country that has enormous support for marine racing, of course, Sweden and all the Nordic countries. And welcome to all our fans who are watching from everywhere in the world at the moment. Hope you're enjoying this second round of the 2016 UIM XCAT World Series. It's Paul Marinelli and Sid Ben Sala with you.
Victory Team, they completed their second long lap. So they completed 2 long laps now, still one long lap left for boat 5.
Yeah, for Abu Dhabi Team 5. As we see them on screen right now. Okay. Abu Dhabi Team 5 in the lead, followed by Victory Team. Boat number 3, 2.76 seconds behind. Gold Coast Australia, 38.89 seconds behind in 3rd. Lady Spain, 42 seconds behind in 4th. Sweecat Racing, Karpissa, Yamame, Dubai 33 make up the top 7 ahead of T-Bone Station in 8th and Team Australia in 9th. 10th is the Fujairah team, that's boat number 20. And performing as well as they can be expected to be in the conditions given the way that they started and where they started. Amazing helicopter shots here at the Dubai International Marine Club, a magnificent venue for this event. Absolutely perfect conditions. Abu Dhabi Team 5 doing their country proud. Amazing looking XCAT that. Look how stable it is. Absolutely flat chat. Waiting for them to complete their second long lap. And then we've got an excellent idea as to where they stand. Team Australia now. Boat number 8, Palverik Nielsen and Brett Lerman. Lerman's the throttle man. Palverik Nielsen's the pilot. 8th in last year's championship, which was their debut in the XCAT World Series. And now the highly experienced Palverik Nielsen joins them, and they crashed out of the opening round. And Abu Dhabi Team 5 sets out on their second long lap now. So we're looking at them right now. We'll see where they come back. This is where the battle for the race lead, for the true race lead and victory will be when they complete this long lap. But out they go to Imar, long lap corner. And that's why you see on the footage that they're on their own. Don't worry, victory hasn't dropped out. All you victory fans, don't leave the TVs right now. They're just on their long lap and they'll be coming back strongly. Current standings, Abu Dhabi Team 5, 18.5 seconds ahead of the victory team. Gold Coast Australia in 3rd, XCAT in 4th, Karpissa Yamame 5th, Dubai, Lady Spain, T-Bone Station making up the top 8 from Team Australia, Fujera Team in 10th, 6th in 11th, Rahib in 12th, Abu Dhabi Team 5 laps down and in the wet pit sadly, 13th, and Spirit of France didn't start. So our top 13 order is that way, 12 currently on the course. Should also mention with Rahib, boat number 17, that's the Arabic word for awesome, Abulatif Al-Omani and Khaled Burabi. Now Khaled's making his XCAT World Series debut, champion jet ski racer in that Doug Wright boat. So welcome aboard Khaled, and we hope that you have a great season ahead in Rahib.
Well, we give him a warm and a big welcome during the driver's briefing. He's a very talented jet ski racer.
Let's see an overtaking move here. This is Abu Dhabi Team 5. Done their long lap. In the process of doing it, they've done that and they've gone past victory. So, my goodness, the speed that they've got after their long lap, that is just extraordinary stuff. Who does that to the victory team? Unbelievable. Here we go. Victory in the lead of the race now. Abu Dhabi Team 5 right behind after that lap. So something's happened there, because we definitely saw Abu Dhabi Team 5 go past that boat. And then it's changed again.
Yes.
So, oh man, what a ding-dong battle for the lead this is, eh? You couldn't ask for anything better. Victory Team is now out in front. It's 2.7 seconds the difference between them and Abu Dhabi Team 5. Make that 2.7. Gold Coast Australia in 3rd and XCAT Racing in 4th. Karpissa Yamame, what an effort. They're up into 5th. Now we see what the victory team can do. We know how good they are. Arif Al Safain and Nadir Bin Hendi really setting the benchmark in global offshore powerboat racing for many years now, with multiple world titles to each driver's credit, both on their own and together, and 4 times XCAT World Series champions. Of course, our defending XCAT World champions right now. And this magnificent blue-coloured victory team, XCAT, powered by the brand new Mercury XCAT Race Offshore 400 horsepower engines, 4-stroke. The T-Bone Station still powering along well now, and you can see on our screen the battle between 1st and 2nd. Abu Dhabi Team 5 are not lying down. Rashid Suhal Al-Tay and Faleh Khalfan Al-Mansouri are not going to let this race go without a fight, and they are pushing so hard. 2.7 seconds the gap, but to the rest of the field they're 30 seconds ahead. Gold Coast Australia is the next one, up into 3rd. Okay, replay of victory taking the lead now. This is where it took place. So we saw Abu Dhabi get by, but then the victory team on the inside, beautifully done, extremely smooth. And perhaps as that fuel load's decreasing, the victory boat seems to be handling better and better. Sit.
Yeah, probably maybe it's the weight related to the fuel, but it looks like Abu Dhabi, maybe they had an issue somewhere in the course, because losing that gap, which is because when victory team they overtook Abu Dhabi, that was quite, let's say, 6 boat lengths. So for sure something did happen.
Yeah, may have dipped the front into a corner or something like that, because they were clearly faster than victory after their long lap, and then it all changed. So some kind of error, but there is still time to make it up. About 33 minutes left in this battle. The XCAT we're looking at now attacking Gold Coast. This is exactly what happened to the Gold Coast. Look at the XCAT's pace down the back straight alongside the Palm Jumeirah section of the course, heading towards Dubai Duty Free Corner. And off they go, not close enough to make a move this time. Gold Coast Australia gets so close to those boys. Have a look at that, Tom Barry-Cotter and Ross Willerton trying to fight off the two Swedes. Eric Stark and Michael Bengston, two of the most sensational pilots in the XCAT World Series. But they're up against two Aussies here, and Aussies don't like giving up.
Indeed, but the Swedes as well, they are on a clean water, and they're trying to stay away from the Aussie wash and wake. And you can see now they're closing the gap to almost one boat length, and here we go.
It's an overtaking move now by the Swedes. Gold Coast Australia as they go straight past us. Amazing stuff here. Can they make it stick? On the outside, they're going to have a try. They never give up. Stark and Bengston, they're looking like they've got the better of Gold Coast. No, there's nothing in it. The angles are unbelievable. This reminds me of the Speedcat run. It's that close. And Sweetcat makes the move. They're making it stick. They've got ahead of the Aussies. So there you go, Sweetcat, what a move there. Beautiful performance there. They're up into third now, so they've taken that podium position away from the Australians. Victory Team, Abu Dhabi Team 5 and Sweetcat Racing are the top three now, followed by Gold Coast Australia, Dubai 33 and Lady Spain up into sixth. Haven't they progressed during this race? Kapisa Yamame in seventh. So inter-team battles going on throughout the field. We're looking at some of the competitors out in the yonder. They're all battling hard. Abu Dhabi Team 5 is on screen now. They seem to be bouncing. They're obviously pushing very, very hard now, Sid, because they're bouncing out of the water. 163 kilometres per hour. There you go, 160, almost 170. Will they touch it? Yes, they do. 170 kilometres per hour in pursuit of the Victory Team. They do not want to let this go, do they?
They're running very well. Still, there is 5 laps to go, I believe. So everything is open. Just wonder how close they are from boat 3, just to understand if they still have a chance to...
Yeah, sadly that gap, 5.86 seconds, Victory Team to Abu Dhabi Team 5 now, so they're really, really hitting their speed now, the Victory Team. Arif Al-Safain and Nadir Bin Hendi doing it extremely well, 5.8 seconds ahead of Abu Dhabi Team 5. Gold Coast Australia, Sweetcats into third, as we know, and Gold Coast Australia is fourth. There's the Victory Team on screen now. These are the world-class offshore powerboat racing combination, or the best offshore powerboat racing combination the world has ever seen. It's not just in the XCAT World Series, but in all sorts of other worldwide competition, or marine competition, I should say. As they pass our timing point now, looking and sounding absolutely brilliant. And Abu Dhabi Team 5 continuing the fight. Good on them. Altair and Al Mansouri aren't giving up. They're 13th in the championship. They only got 3 points out of Fujairah. 4 laps to go in this battle. The 2016 UIM XCAT World Series Round 2 here at Dubai, the first of 2 visits to Dubai. And just speaking about the calendar, Sid, the announcement here on Tuesday that Seoul, South Korea, it will be a part of the XCAT World Series for Round 4 in September. It's from September 23 to 25. Fantastic news, and a big welcome to all our guests from South Korea here in Dubai. But congratulations to the XCAT World Series on nailing another brand new event.
Thank you very much. The delegation from Seoul, South Korea, they are right here. For sure, they're enjoying the show, and it will give them a glimpse and, let's say, an idea about what's truly is the XCAT project.
Round 3 in Lugano in Switzerland from June 4 to 5 as well. And welcome to our guests from Lugano who are also here enjoying the racing. We look forward to visiting you in June. And over to another race in the Asian continent, but you can't tell me where that is at the moment. For
well,
round
I can't.
5.
We'll keep it surprise. We will announce very soon with the with our partners down there.
And that's in October 8 and 9. And then back here in the UAE for Abu Dhabi in round 6, November 17 to 18. And Dubai, right here at the Dubai International Marine Club, the magnificent DIMC, from December 2 to 3 for the final round. And fans can stay up to date at xcatracing.com to find out exactly where and when you can enjoy the world's best offshore powerboat racing that we're seeing right now here in Dubai, and you're enjoying wherever you are in the world. Glad to have you with us. Team Australia you saw on screen now. Now they're currently 8th in the running order. So Victory Team 6.62, building on that lead as the race starts to enter its closing phase. Sweetcat Racing 36.7 seconds behind in third. Then it's Dubai 33. Great race from Isa Al-Ali and Salem Al-Adidi. And Gold Coast Australia in 5th, Kapisa Yamame in 6th, and T-Bone Station, a 2-stroke boat, in 7th. Giovanni Capitella and Luca Formili Fendi. and the controls of the number 10 T-Bone Station. One of 4 Italian entries here in the XCAT World Series this year, and 4 from the UAE as well. And of course other countries represented being Sweden, Kuwait, Spain and France, but unfortunately Spirit of France not in this race due to a qualifying incident. So 170 kilometres per hour, 171 for the victory team. They're not backing off at all. They're not getting comfortable with where they are. They're pushing harder and harder, as we saw so many times last season. Never taking it for granted. Push, 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 push. Arif Al-Safain and Nadir Bin Hendi not giving away anything. 7.39 seconds the gap now to Abu Dhabi Team 5.
Paul, I can tell you that the performance between both 3 victory team, both 5 from Abu Dhabi is almost the same, but one thing is sure, that the team radio man from both 3, he really did the right call by calling the long lap.
3 laps to go in this. Thanks for that, Sid. Makes a lot of sense, because that was a strategy move we were talking about, and you can see how it's paid off, because we know that on the water Abu Dhabi Team 5 were faster.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's one of those things. It's not just the speed, isn't it? It's everything. It's a team sport, and everything comes into it. And that's one of the things we love so much about the XCAT World Series. Sweecat on screen now. They're rounding off our podium in 3rd, but they're only just under 2 seconds ahead of Dubai 33, who are charging hard in these final 3 laps of the Dubai Grand Prix. Round 2 of the XCAT World Series for 2016. So Eric Stark and Michael Benston pushing hard. Benston on the throttles. Stark the pilot. 5th in the XCAT World Series last season, 3rd in the Fujairah Grand Prix last week. Can they better that here? Or they're going to do the same, but they're currently 3rd in the championship with 27 points, and this result's going to do them no harm at all if they can hold on.
No, not at all, but I can tell you that the Swedes, Sweecat racing with Eric Stark and Michael Bengtström, they really learned a lot from last year's. Last year's they were pushing to the limit, and I can tell you they took a kind of a risk. Now between round 1 last weekend and this week, they're really doing very well, not taking any kind of risk. The boat is properly set up, and hopefully to see them on the podium.
Yeah, you're quite right, because I remember the Gold Coast, they were pushing so hard, they were actually damaging the boat from such violent jumping and stuff. Now, do we know if the Sweecat's done their long lap? That could be interesting, because if they haven't, they're going to lose that podium position, I can guarantee you, because there's only 2 seconds between Sweecat and Dubai 33, with only less than 3 laps to go in this race. So Sid's checking that out with race control now, because that's going to change our podium if it happens. Now have a look at Dubai 33. Now they're coming up against Rahib. That's to lap Rahib, I dare say. So Isa Al-Ali and Salem Al-Adidi getting past the new driving combination there of Abdulatif Al-Omani and Khaled Burabi. Khaled making his debut, as I mentioned earlier, former jet ski champion in that Doug Wright boat. One of only 2 Doug Wright boats in the field in this race at the moment. The rest are all victory boats that are made right here in Dubai. A proud export of Dubai, and here in the XCAT World Series proving just how strong and fast they are. But beautiful looking boat, that the Dubai machine, promoting the world's most visited city. Glamorous city, fun city. You've got the desert, you've got partying, you've got everything you need. Absolutely beautiful place to come for a break, and a great place for the XCAT World Series as we're enjoying right now.
Okay, we have a news from the race control. Sweecat, they did only 1 long lap, and they have to conclude the 2nd one in this lap.
Okay, they must do it on this lap. Thank you very much for that, Sid. They are going to lose that podium place, I dare say. There is only 4 seconds between them and Dubai 33. Let's see what happens, but I reckon that's the case. And good old home, 2 of the home teams will be on the podium. Victory team out in front, 8.8 seconds ahead of Abu Dhabi Team 5, but at least they were there to spoil the party and not make it a home team top 2. And 8.82 seconds being that gap between Victory Team and Abu Dhabi Team 5. Sweecat Racing has to do their long lap now, so they will most likely drop out of 3rd. Dubai in 4th, Kapisa Yamame, Gold Coast Australia, and T-Bone Station making up the top 7. Team Australia, Fujairah Team 6, Rahib and Lady Spain making up the 12th. And we know that Abu Dhabi Team 4 has been in a lot of trouble from early on. Spirit of France did not start this race. That's the way the order is. We're getting to the very close to the closing stages of the 2016 Dubai Grand Prix. Victory team on screen now. They're 8.82 seconds in front. It's looking very good for them. But the Sweecat, we're waiting for them to do their long lap, because what will happen is that we'll have two Dubai-based teams on the podium then. The Victory team in first and Dubai 33 in third. Abu Dhabi Team 5 have done a superb job all day. This Victory team are just going faster and faster each lap. Look how magnificent that is. It is truly stunning. You must feel very proud being a Dubai resident.
I am. I've seen this place.
Changed so
they
much.
They were nothing. 15 years ago was absolutely nothing. Was the club, the Dubai International Marine Club, and now between the Palm Island, the Jumeirah Beach Residence, and all the buildings behind the club is absolutely amazing.
No, it's an incredible place, and I highly recommend a visit. Okay, Virtual Eye giving us a good idea of speeds here. Look at that, 170 kilometres per hour, and half a kilometre, like more than 500 metre lead over both 3 and both 5 at the moment, Victory and Abu Dhabi Team 5. So they're both travelling at around about the same speed, but that gap of more than half a kilometre at the moment out on the water is a lot to make up. Look at the corner entry speed in both 33, 135 kilometres per hour. Just incredible speeds out there by the XCATs. That runway you can see, you may ask what's going on. Well, that's the Skydive Dubai private runway, isn't it, for their events and so forth?
Well, that's it's a very famous site now. It's a Skydive Dubai. It's one of the top skydive location in the world.
And I believe soon you're going to get a huge wheel here, another one of these eyes, but it's going to make the London Eye look like a baby.
Yes, that's the Dubai Eye, which is in front of Sheraton Hotel, next to Jumeirah Beach Residence.
Coming towards the end of this race, it's lap 15 out of 16. Victory team are going to do this if they don't make any mistakes. And we've seen how good they are in the past. Arif Al Safain and Nadir Bin Hendi heading for yet another victory here in the XCAT World Series, getting their season off to a perfect start. They're currently leading with 43 points. Their closest pursuers were Gold Coast Australia with 32 points in second. XCAT Racing were third in the championship. We'll see how that changes as we move along. Now, interesting to note that on our order here, XCAT's still marked at third. Now, if they've done a long lap, or if they haven't done a long lap when they were supposed to, there's going to be problems after the race. But we'll see what's happened. Maybe they have completed them because the gap is 39 seconds. And Dubai 33, 43 seconds back in fourth. Kapisa Yamame in fifth. Gold Coast Australia rounding off the top six. Okay, so XCAT has completed their long lap, so that makes sense now, and they will hold on to that third place spot unless Dubai 33 can catch them. They haven't got much time to do it. As the pace cat draws right near us here in the timing line, Pasquale Cesana is there, getting ready to wave the white flag, which will signal the final lap. And what a fantastic view he gets at all these races. He's standing there on the hull. He's got his harness now on, he's very safe. Team Australia goes straight past. See where Team Australia is at the moment. They're down in 9th position. The Victory team heading across now. Coming towards us now. Boat 6 comes through. And Pasquale Cesana is indicating to us that he's about to raise the white flag. Last lap of racing coming up right now. Dubai fans, get up on your feet and cheer the Victory team as they make their way around on the final lap of the 2016 UIM XCAT World Series Dubai Grand Prix. Give them a cheer, give them your encouragement, how much fantastic effort that they've put into this race, but taking nothing away from Abu Dhabi Team 5, who just go past and greet the white flag there in second place. They're 13 seconds back. I dare say that they've resigned to the fact that they will finish second in this race, and they're not going to push hard or take any risks heading into the heading towards the checkered flag for Rashid Suhal Altaya and Faleh Khalfan Al Mansouri. Overhead view here of the Victory team. The home-based team is going to get a home-based victory yet again, defending XCAT World Series champions in this beautiful new boat with 4-stroke power, 800 horsepower, provided by Mercury. And these engines developed in line with the XCAT World Series exclusively. So XCAT Racing and Dubai 33, keep an eye on the battle for third, guys, because Dubai 33 is only 3 seconds behind the XCAT. That's a battle for third position happening on this last lap. But we're following the Victory team right now overhead, and how fantastic does this look? 13 seconds clear of Abu Dhabi Team 5. XCAT Racing 41 seconds back, but only 3 seconds behind them, or less than 3 seconds I should say, is Dubai 33. Isa Al-Ali and Salem Al-Adidi. Having a look in the cockpit there. Very strong reinforced cockpits on these boats. Incredible strength. Gold Coast goes past us as well. and they're currently in 6th position. So a great points earning thing for them. But it's the Victory team that we're looking at now that have not done a thing wrong all race. Abu Dhabi Team 5 showed them that they had the pace. Here is the battle that we're looking at.
With 33.
Yes, with the SWICAT and Dubai 33. The battle for 3rd position looked a lot closer than what I thought it was. But, looks like the SWICAT's going to hold on.
Yeah.
Haven't they done a tremendous job? And you're so right. They've gone from being perhaps mad risk takers to fantastic races. Good on them.
Fantastic races, good support behind, good mechanics with them, and they have everything to basically perform at every single round.
An amazing sponsorship too, and welcome to all of our XCAT World Series sponsors. But it's a checkered flag about to be raised right now by Pasquale Cesana on the PaceCat, because Dubai team, the Victory team from right here in Dubai, are about to take the win of their first of 2 visits in their home race. And the Dubai Grand Prix champions are the Victory team of Arif Al Safain and Nadir bin Hendy. Well done, boys. Fantastic performance here at the home crowd. I can see Sid Ben Salah's jumping up and down. He's got a tear running down his face at the moment. I'll give him a hug. There you go. A little kiss.
Thank
you.
Good
stuff, man, for the home race. And Abu Dhabi Team 5. Who can take away from these guys?
2nd place.
What a race. Rashid Suhal Altaya and Faleh Kalfan Al Mansouri in 2nd place, 16.8 seconds behind. But I think that they backed off towards the end of that race. They knew the situation, preserve, get the points, and they've done that. They've nailed a nice bag of points there. And in 3rd place, we're waiting on now the SWICAT. And you can see Pasquale Granham, and there they are, Eric Stark and Michael Bengston. Superb race by Boat 2, SWICAT Racing, the Shu Sunstrom sponsored XCAT. 41 seconds behind in 3rd and taking a nice bag of points there. Dubai finishing in 4th, great race by them. Salem Al Adidi and Isa Al Ali. Now 35 points go to the Victory team with that victory. 30 points go to our 2nd placed Abu Dhabi Team 5, and 26 points to our 3rd place SWICAT Racing. 22 points to Dubai 33. 18 points go to Kapisa Yamame, rounding off the top 5. So there's more points to be earned here in Dubai, of course, with tomorrow's Dubai Duty Free SpeedCat run, Sid.
Tomorrow Dubai Duty Free SpeedCat run, and there is points and bonus points that will be added to the to today's race. Superb performance by Boat 3 Victory team from Dubai, UAE, Boat 5 from Abu Dhabi in 2nd place, and the SweetCat boat number 2 in the 3rd place.
Yeah, really superb effort, and I like the fact that Abu Dhabi Team 5 were there for that whole battle and never really gave up till perhaps the last lap. But we just saw Arif Al Safain jump out of the cockpit there and have a bit of a drink.
Yes, absolutely. But I can tell you one thing, Paul. I am first of all, I'm pleased that the race went well.
Yep.
We didn't have any kind of drama and issues and things like that. But trust me, I'm so happy with the 4-stroke engines. So all the boats that they were running the 4-stroke engine, that we didn't have any kind of issue. And this proves that our hard work we did the past 2 years is really paying off there. Those engines are amazing, they're reliable, the boats as well, so we didn't have any kind of issue, drama with the boats. Unfortunately, Spirit of France couldn't make it today for something, very stupid.
It certainly wasn't an engine problem. The cowling broke off in an accident. So what can you do?
And as well to highlight that it's so difficult to create a parity between the 4-stroke and the 2-stroke. 2-stroke when it's only 1 lap in the SpeedCat run or in pole position or even in the practice, they can make a difference, and it looks like they can perform. But the truth is not. They cannot perform on a longer run.
Yeah, and we saw that very clearly, particularly when they were alongside each other, the horsepower. There is no substitute for horsepower in any sort of motor racing, marine racing, whatever it may be, but at least the fight was still in there, and it was so impressive to see T-Bone Station just hanging on to that fight the way they did. Now, they came home in 7th position, which, considering they were behind Gold Coast Australia, which is one of the fastest boats out there, they've done a very, very good job indeed, and the Fujera team down in 8th, but we're looking at the Victory team taking the victory spoils here in their hometown, their home city, their home country. The magnificent view there of the Dubai International Marina. Let's go through the Dubai Grand Prix results. Victory Team took that win, the race time of 42 minutes, 46.78 seconds. Abu Dhabi Team 5 finished in second, 16.87 seconds behind. In third, UICAT Racing, 41 seconds behind. Dubai finishing in fourth, Kapisa Yamame in fifth. Then it was Gold Coast Australia picking up some great points in sixth. T-Bone Station in seventh in their two-stroke powered XCAT. Fujera Team in eighth. Sixth finishes in ninth. I expected them to finish a bit better, Sid, so I wonder what maybe they had some kind of problem. Team Australia in 10th. 1 lap down too, so not a good race for them. Rahib in 11th, good result, with our brand new driver, of course, on board that one. Lady Spain in 12th. And 6 laps down for them, so obviously problems for Jay Price and Sean Torrente in that one. Abu Dhabi Team 4 and Spirit of France did not start. Abu Dhabi Team 4 did not finish that race. So our 12 finishes are as you see on the screen. So what a race that was, Sid. I think for me, one of the things that really stood out was that amazing start by Abu Dhabi Team 5, because not only was their acceleration just perfect, but coming in from the outside on a boat like Victory and taking the lead into turn 1. Pretty sensational stuff.
Sensational. Their timing was very good. They cleared faster than any other boat, and at the turn they were first. This race was played definitely at the long lap, and maybe, so we need to see, but maybe they really took the let's say not the right strategy and the right decision in terms of the long lap, and boat 3 they basically jumped on that and took the lead.
Yeah, you wonder what might have happened if they'd mirrored the long laps exactly the same, if they'd followed them. You wonder if that would have changed the situation at the end. I mean, who knows, because their pace was so similar. But at the end, the Victory Team were going much, much faster.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that was the fact of Abu Dhabi Team 5 consolidating the situation and backing off a little. They certainly looked like they were still pushing hard to me, but I wonder, had they mirrored that exact same strategy, what that difference would be. But still keeping up the fight. Doesn't that look spectacular with the checkered flag? It's one of the things I love most about XCATs, is how they come in formation afterwards with the pace cat there, checkered flag, waving to the crowd. They're home. Give them a cheer as they head into the Dubai International Marine Club. Their home club, home country, home team. And the Victory Team, it's certainly amazing. The right name for this team, isn't it?
Yeah,
I mean, this combination just
absolutely.
Unbelievable.
Both drivers, they are absolutely relieved. You know, it's not for sure inside the cockpit. It's like a microwave, so it's hot. There is no kind of a cooling system and things like that. So they're quite relieved. Regarding the Gold Coast boat with Tom Baricota and Ross, because they performed so well from the beginning of the weekend. I believe maybe they had an issue and they didn't want to push hard or take a risk. So for sure they said, okay, let's take it easy, finish the race and score a couple of points.
Yep. Yeah, it's certainly not the pace that they showed in practice or in qualifying, and who knows, with it doesn't take much of a setup change to throw your whole race away, like you were saying, ballast being in the wrong position or something like that. But the story of the race there for you, Sid, would be?
The story of...
Okay, so here we are. This is the start. So replay now what we saw. The story of the race was Abu Dhabi Team 5 getting out into the lead very early, and now Gold Coast and UICAT having a touch there. Now this could be the cause of their problems in terms of what happened after this, because they did drop off significantly at that point. Here we see Victory Team trying to everywhere to find clear water to get more speed up on Abu Dhabi Team 5, because it was very obvious at the start that they were not catching them. That gap was increasing. This got me very excited early on. This was Dubai 33, absolutely flat out 800 horsepower versus T-Bone Station, who've got 600 horsepower but are carrying 100 kilograms less, and Giovanni Carpatello and Luca Famili-Fendi not giving up the fight. Then we saw the Victory Team get alongside Abu Dhabi Team 5. Now, after the long laps, there was a switch in positions, and as you pointed out, Sid, at the time, there must have been some sort of driving error for Abu Dhabi Team 5, because the boat was still going fine, but then we saw Victory Team suddenly get in front of them with relative ease, as we're seeing now. So we don't know what exactly happened there, but we'll talk to the team later and find out. But you can see that gap was considerably more than what had happened when they'd just come back from the long lap. UICAT over the Gold Coast now. Overtaking move made it look like the Australians weren't even there. And the Victory boat powering off to victory. There's Pasquale Cesano with the checkered flag. And the magnificent Pace Cat signalling the end of the 2006 UIM XCAT World Series Dubai Grand Prix, the first of 2 visits here to Dubai by the series this season. Next one will be round 7 in December for the grand final. And we hope to see you here December 2 to 3. But follow the progress on xcatracing.com. And here come the Victory team to be greeted by their team and friends and fans and sponsors. And you'll see some of the super yachts parked alongside them. It is just a magnificent setting here. Words can't describe just how beautiful it really is. But there's Al Zafain coming out right now. There's Arif Al Zafain and Nadir bin Hendi making his way out as well. And superb victory for them. We know they're used to it, Sid, but you can never win enough, can you, as a racer?
No, you cannot, but we need to highlight as well here the Abu Dhabi 5 basically congratulating their mates from boat 3, but as well like Formula 1, the minute you come back to the pontoon, to the pit, so the technical guys basically from the UIM, they will weigh the boat, check the engines, that there is no rule infringement, and hopefully everything is fine.
Let's look at the championship points after the Dubai Grand Prix. Victory team leads with 78 points from XCAT Racing on 53. Gold Coast Australia remains in the top 3 at 47 points, but only 2 points behind is Dubai, 33 out of 4th. Karpissa Yamame 5th in the championship with 38 points, and Abu Dhabi Team 5 is 6th with 33 points. T-Bone Station is 7th with 31 points from 6. Lady Spain, Fajara team making up the top 10 with 15 points. Spirit of France, Abu Dhabi Team 4, Team Australia and Rahib finishing equal 13th. So sad for them not picking up much points here at all, particularly Team Australia after the effort that they'd put in to being here.
Well, it's not over. I mean, the championship is open. There is 5 rounds to go. Anything can happen. You know, I believe, I'm happy that they both round 1 and 2 here today in Dubai went well. So, and for sure, next time in round 3 in Lugano in Switzerland, we will see a good fight. We will see a new teams basically coming to different positions.
Well, first time ever in Lugano in Switzerland. Tell us a bit about the location and what people can expect.
The location is amazing. I mean, it's really amazing. It's in a lake. It's in the heart of the city. It's the first time ever Switzerland will host an offshore powerboat race. The community and the city, they're really looking forward for XCAT, knowing that they're very conservative in terms of environment and in terms of not having so much big events with, let's say, loud and things like that. But we did everything. I mean, it took us 3 years to basically prepare and meet and make sure that to host an event in Switzerland.
Put it all together.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, a lot of effort, and that's fantastic to see. A fantastic European destination, Lugano in Switzerland, June 4 to 5 for round 3 next up. But it's not over from here in Dubai. Tomorrow is the Dubai duty-free Speed Cat Run, drag racing on the water, 1,000 kilometre course out the front of us here. So here in this sheltered area right at the front of the Dubai International Marine Club, that is going to be amazing. I cannot tell you how much I enjoyed it in Australia. It was mind-blowingly exciting, and I'm sure we're going to see, obviously with the points that are up for grabs, like 3 bonus points for first, 2 bonus points for second and 1 point for third, and a point each time you complete a round.
Yeah.
So there's the potential to earn up to about 8 points in the year.
Well, we come up with this concept 3 years ago, and we put the bonus point just to keep basically the excitement within the championship, and we don't want to basically arrive in the middle of the season and the leaders they basically they will be so far ahead in terms of points.
No, well, that makes perfect sense, and we're looking forward to that tomorrow. That gives you an idea of where we're working from right now. That's our commentary and race timing position.
That's our office.
Confirmation of our race results now. Victory team taking that victory ahead of Abu Dhabi Team 5. 16.8 seconds was the gap between first and second. XCAT Racing rounding off the top 3, 41 seconds behind the leaders, and Dubai 33 finishing in 4th. And 5th place, Karpissa Yamame. Now they were the only team to be a minute behind the leaders, one of the first of the teams a minute behind the leaders, 106.81. Gold Coast Australia out of 6th, finishing in 6th. T-Bone Station in 7th, Fajera team in 8th, and 6th finishing in 9th. Team Australia rounded off off the top 10. They were a lap down, and so were Rahib, who finished in 11th. Lady Spain finished 6 laps down in 12th, and we didn't have a finish from Abu Dhabi Team 4. They retired quite early. We'll find out whether that was mechanical or electronic, what it may have been. And the Spirit of France didn't start the race due to an accident in qualifying earlier this morning. That's the way it looks. Hey, let's talk about the XCAT run. So what can fans expect if they've never seen this before? I've seen it. I've been through it. I know how good it is. You tell us about what your thoughts are on the XCAT run.
XCAT run is a drag race, so it's we have 14 boats that will basically go through a knockout system. It's the race. The length of the course is almost 1 kilometer, and there is a start, green flag, and a finish as soon as they cross the finishing line. And so we'll have a knockout which will basically last for 40 minutes to 50 minutes.
Thank you very much for that, Sid. I'm looking forward to that tomorrow. Victory team taking pole position and a victory here in the Dubai Grand Prix. Well done to them. Abu Dhabi Team 5 in second and XCAT Racing rounding off the podium. Congratulations, guys. Thank you all. And we'll catch you with some more action from Dubai tomorrow for the Dubai Duty Free XCAT Run. Thank you, Sid. Thanks, everybody. Let's get back for some more XCAT World Series action tomorrow.